What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I'm Recklezz. Got Candace Owens triggers white. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe button. More videos will be dropped. More Candace Owens videos. Make sure y'all comment down below and let it be known. Let's get in the video.
Was there ever a point in history where white privilege did exist?
No. Yeah, I suppose when we lived in a country where it...
Just a second, y'all.
If you were black, you were not allowed to go into...
Was there ever a point in history where white privilege did exist?
No. Yeah, I suppose when we lived in a country where if you were black, you were not allowed to go into certain places, right? I suppose you could say again, and I guess that wouldn't be white privilege. You would call that Nordic privilege in the progressive era when there were signs that said Irish need not apply. So that's a different, that is white on white, a lack of a privilege. Of course, there's examples in the history of the world where you would have been privileged if your skin was white, especially in this country and in other countries as well. But today, no, white privilege does not exist.
When did it end?
Over time, beginning with the civil rights era, it's not a particular incident or moment, but multi-generations, the country became significantly less racist. I would say after Reconstruction, after the Civil War, after, when we had desegregation, fought the Democrat institutional racism, we fought back against the KKK, when the Civil Rights Act was signed, when blacks were allowed to participate in Major League Baseball, the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, serve an elected office, all those things, contributed to the end of what used to be privilege in society, white privilege.
You said less racist. Is it still somewhat racist?
No. Do you just have questions? I think.
No, you said you wanted a dialogue. I'm having a
okay.
conversation.
No.
It's the least racist country in the world.
No, America is not a racist country today.
Is it still racist? So
No.
when did it end?
There's certain.
You can't answer the question.
It ended when it's ended.
I just did.
Okay,
No, you didn't. You said less
I will
racist.
answer. I'll answer. I'm answering you.
Thank you.
When it stopped being systemic, when there stopped being laws in place that stopped me as a black person doing what you are able to do as a white man.
No, I'm not asking that. Systemic racism is not simply that issue.
Yes, you just asked me to define when it stopped being, when this country stopped being racist. That's the answer.
When?
I can't give you the exact date and time and hour. I'm telling you
Give
when.
me the decade.
What do you mean?
Mid-1970s.
Yeah,
Mid-1970s. So mass incarceration affecting black and brown communities disproportionately
Because they
to their
committed
population.
more crimes.
They committed more. As to why? Why did they commit more crimes?
Because we ripped apart the family.
I feel like bro is asking these questions and you already know the answer to them. I think he's just trying to get answers from them to get a reaction from them.
Mid-1970s. So mass incarceration affecting black and brown communities disproportionately to their population.
Because they committed more crimes.
As to why? Why did they commit more crimes?
Because we ripped apart the family.
Because of their economic situation. I'm not fucking talking to you, dude.
Why are liberals so angry? I can't figure out why you're angry.
Why are you
angry?
I'm not a liberal,
right now?
so stop assuming my political
affiliation. You just came out of nowhere and just start cursing.
No, you invited me up here, raised my hand, and you said,
I'm saying
please
you
come
just
up
turned
here.
around and
No,
you're cursing at
stop trying to
someone. Why don't you calm down? It's just a conversation.
I'm perfectly calm. I can curse
You don't
while
have
being
to turn
calm.
around and curse anyone behind you.
I can.
You're okay?
It's a free country, right?
Okay. No.
See, I feel like he was off to a good start, but I feel like once you start getting mad and
I feel like he's blind.
well, a lot of people in situations they get mad. They start yelling, they start cursing. And I feel like once it gets to that point, the main reason I think is because I don't really know. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I feel like in a way like they know they're wrong or something. Like it don't sit right. Like you can just have a simple conversation without yelling and like get out what you need to get out, because I done seen plenty of videos where people get out what they needed to get out without yelling or cussing.
The other part will be like mad and like frustrated still.
Calm.
You don't have to turn around and curse anyone behind you.
I can.
You're okay?
It's a free country, right?
Okay. No, but I'm saying that it's not necessary to have this dialogue for you to turn around and be angry. I do always remark, and I am going to suspect that you are liberal, because right now you're trying to sell me You're selling me my own oppression, so that's a very liberal stance.
I'm not liberal.
Usually when a white man stands up and tells me that, yes, this is a racist country and is oppressed, they do tend to be liberal. Only liberals try to sell me my oppression.
But I'm not.
But, okay, I'm not going to assume your political ideology. So here's
I do.
I mean, to answer your question for me, when the system stops being racist and there's nothing stopping us, and you brought up the prison rates, and you said something that was actually really important. You said it's because their communities have been economically depressed. So that would not be because of the color of your skin. That's economic privilege. If you ask me whether or not I believe in economic privilege, I would tell you yes. If you ask me whether or not I think that somebody born into a family of billionaires will be afforded more privileges in life than somebody that is born in the projects of Chicago, I would say yes, because economic privilege in this country does exist. But there is no law in place that is stopping a person because of the color of their skin from gaining that economic privilege, which is why I do not believe that white privilege, which is based upon the color of your skin, exists.
Is black poverty and white poverty different? Do
No.
they face different?
No, poor is poor.
That's a lie. White people are more likely to be in rural poverty, which is different than urban poverty.
That's because black people don't live in rural parts of America.
What?
That's because black people don't live in rural parts of America.
Why? Historically, why? Why did black people flock?
Because of Lyndon
to
Baines
urban-
Johnson, urban planning, central planning, great society, where he said, we are going to verticalize the black community, destroy the black father, introduce drugs in the late 1960s, subsidize single motherhood, which used to be 22% in the 1960s, which is now 73%. Only a government program could make something like that happen.
Did it have anything to do with the lynchings in the South and the hostility towards black people in the South?
Well, first off, you say
Is there any
you're
reason why they
sitting-
left the South for
just
that
so
reason?
everybody
Is that-
knows, literally one third of the people that were lynched in the South were white Republicans. So Republicans were being lynched in the South as well. So let's not pretend that
okay, that's
if
fine,
your
but that's
argument,
not-
if you're
that's not
asking
addressing
me,
my
it
point.
seems
You're
like
just- that's a what about
it
argument.
seems
You
like
should
you're
address something else.
no. I just responded.
Does
You
it
said
have
it was a
anything
dialogue.
to do black people leaving the South and going to inner cities and other
He just
parts of the
answered that
country?
question for you.
And we just learning. We just getting information. I'd rather get information than share really what my thoughts are completely.
Yeah, I'd rather soak up all the
Yeah, because this is honestly, I feel like I don't really know. As far as I rather. What do y'all think? You feel me? What do y'all think in the comments about this? Because it's a lot. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of things. And Candace Owens, and I don't know that dude's name, the gentleman sitting next to her. But they come with their valid, you know what I'm saying, points and they facts. Definitely
You're
consider that.
asking
Addressing
me.
my
It
point.
seems
You're just-
like
that's a what about
it
argument.
seems
You
like
just
you're
addressed something else.
no. I just responded.
Does
You
it
said
have
it was a
anything
dialogue.
to do black people leaving the South and going to inner cities and other
He just
parts of
answered
the
that
country
question for you.
have anything to no? I said, does it have anything to do with the KKK,
Very little to nothing.
lynchings,
Yes.
and violence in the South that black people face?
So what it has to do with is the fact that black people continue.
Answer my question.
No,
Very little to
Does
nothing.
it? Yes or no?
Very
You're
little.
not allowing me to
Answer.
listen. You're not going to be like you're not my boss.
You
So
guys
don't
do the
tell me
same shit.
don't
You
tell me
guys
how
talk
I
over
have to
people all the
answer
time.
your
I was just
question.
over there
Okay,
with you,
nobody's
shutting people down.
nobody's intimidated from you telling me how I'm
I'm
going to
not
answer
trying
your
to
question.
intimidate you. I'm
You're not
trying to
going
have an honest
cut me off.
conversation.
Okay.
No, I'm
So
trying to have an honest
why don't you
conversation,
stop?
which you
Why
guys
don't you
do
stop
not want.
exercising your invisible white privilege and let the black girl talk for a second? Okay.
Damn.
No, this has nothing to do with
Okay.
that.
So
Damn.
to answer your question.
Used his shit on his damn. Like, why you said on God? Damn. That's crazy. She
Why don't you
conversation
stop?
which you
Why
guys
don't you
do
stop
not want.
exercising your invisible white privilege and let the black girl talk for a second? Okay.
That's nice. No, this has nothing to do with
Okay,
that.
Damn.
so to answer your question,
So white privilege
everything
exists.
that you're
Wait,
talking
wait,
about,
wait, wait,
no,
wait.
I said invisible white privilege.
does it exist
I
then?
said invisible white privilege. If you listen,
Of course it's
okay?
invisible.
So
White
first
privilege is
things
not a
first,
tangible
white
thing.
privilege does not exist. Economic privilege does exist. Okay. If you're asking me, do I think the black community has been crippled economically? The answer would be yes. It has been crippled economically by Democrat policies. You just heard
Who
me say
cares
that
who
in
does
there.
it?
I
Democrats
care.
are
So that
Americans.
tells you-
Democrats are in America,
because
so
that
therefore
tells
you
you-
just
that
admitted
tells you-
that there has been disadvantage
it
by
is not
two
race.
black
It
people
is
by
not-
Democrats
it
who
is
are
not
American.
based
You
off
just
of
admitted it.
It is not based off. You asked
No.
me if white privilege exists. The answer is white privilege. Because you're born white, that means you're going to not
You
have
just-
this or that. It does not exist. No, it does not
You just
exist.
admitted that the Democrats, the boogeyman Democrats,
They're not boogeymen. They
disadvantaged
exist.
the black
Boogeyman
people.
doesn't exist.
No,
60 years ago.
Democrats do exist.
they did it.
So
60
boogeyman means doesn't
They did
exist.
it.
Just so you know, there
We're
are
talking about
Democrats.
So
today.
you admit that it exists.
60.
I don't think you're comprehending. You're not.
So,
you're not
let-
I'm
comprehending.
not sure that you are. You said
60 years ago, white people had it better than black people. Over time, there's no more systemic laws that are in place Let me ask you a
Black
question.
people. Do they?
Let me ask you a question. What can a white person
Do
do
we
that a black person
disproportionately-
cannot do today in today's America? Name one thing.
Well, black people.
Answer the question. Isn't that how this works?
The fucking question. Black people who smoke marijuana, black and white people smoke marijuana at the same rates. Yet a black person is 3 to 4 times more likely
I can
to be
answer
put
that.
in jail for that.
Okay,
And I know the reason why, because yeah, the police are in the urban communities. It's easier to police those communities. Sure.
Because
I don't know.
I had
That
a
don't make
girlfriend- I
sense.
had a family member who got a DUI, and I had a
You're
girlfriend who got a
disgraced,
DUI.
just to let you know, by just saying what you're saying and standing up here and knowing what's going on through the police brutality, through injustice,
I
all
love
this stuff.
This is so.
you're
I
a
guys,
joke.
I
You're
love
a
that
joke.
behind me. There's like black people rolling their eyes, but the 2 white guys are yelling at me, telling me that I don't agree with them. This is what I love about white liberals, right? Like they know
I'm not a
it's so
liberal.
important
You're a
for
Marxist.
them to sell us
No, I'm
our
not.
oppression that they'll come up and tell us we're a
Damn.
Just
Do
say,
you speak
just
for all
say
black
it, just
people?
say it, just say
Can
it.
you speak for
well,
all
why
black
don't you
people?
stop speaking for black people? That would be
not.
great, okay?
I'm not.
Ending it like that. Why don't you stop speaking for black people?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
I
crazy.
didn't have an answer, I think.
I feel like he
Have
knew
a valid answer.
that he messed up at the end of the day. I feel like he knew that he messed up. Really was a good video. Really was a lot of thoughts. Really was a lot of insight on, how things are. And it just had, I don't know. Like it definitely was a good video. Definitely was a great video. And I feel like they came with the facts. Him asking the questions, I feel like he knew the answer to them, but it wasn't the right answer, if that makes sense. Yeah, but make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know y'all thoughts on the whole conversation. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in and watching this reaction. Catch y'all next one.